what's a great picture? I guess it's about either, being lucky enough to find yourself in a location or time where you see something that no one else has captured, or something the photographers here talk about quite a lot as a visual signature. So creating a work that's recognisably yours. Art is a loaded word with some of our photographers, because I don't think they would consider themselves artists necessarily. Some of them sit in that camp, others don't.
There's a danger, you see. Once a photographer thinks he can switch sides and become an artist, then you're in deep trouble. I've never, to this day, ever looked upon myself as anything other than a photographer. I don't want to be called, an artist. Every photographer in America now is almost demands to be addressed as an artist. I think it's kind of nonsense. Photography is photography. That is the medium we've always, carried the flag under. I've stayed in that bracket, and that's where I want to kind of, go out.
There's always been the dilemma between is photography art or an industrial, commercial practice that anybody can do without an artistic eye if they just follow a set of rules.
More and more nowadays, it's about being able to market your work, basically. It's a horrible word to use, but I think it was something that Kappa and Cartier-Bresson were both brilliant at. The commercial is always going to be an element because it enables the photographers to then, go off and follow their personal work. Magnum was set up to have an archive of images that could be resold and licensed in order for photographers to raise money for their personal projects. So the commercial has fed, the other side of what our photographers care about.
As early as the 1860s, photographers were more and more beginning to realise that if they wanted to make a living from their work, then they had to protect their work. And so photographers like Julia Margaret Cameron and Roger Fenton were beginning to patent their photographs and register their photographs with public bodies so that they would be acknowledged as the artist, and to stop people using their works without their permission, and just making sure that they could control their work and thereby protect their financial interests.
And this is particularly wonderful about Fenton. Commercially, he didn't need the money that he made. He was from a wealthy family, and he didn't occupy a space like a commercial photographer in that he had a studio in the high street and was working weekends and holidays and stuff, because he wasn't. He was more of a gentleman traveller. But he certainly radically altered the nature of photography in that sense that by the time he was finished with it, photography was a professional tool.